Michelle at the Painted Roost, and I wanted to share with you today some items that I'm going to be listing. I always have items similar to this for kits, junk journaling kits. This is like a boho meditation yoga type journal, and these are just some of the things that I'll always put together, and usually we'll have my eBay store or my Etsy store. So I just want to show you some of the things that I did, and we'll take it from here. This is just a journaling card, and this is from an old magazine advertisement that I cut out and put on here. And I have, again, I've got a lot of old, this is from a San Francisco San Francisco warehouse, I think is what it's called. Yes, where the Girl in the Swing restaurant. This was an old advertisement that I got put on here. This is kind of like a little fabric patchwork pocket that I put on here that you can put little notes and so forth in here. I've got some little note cards in here as well, and I always have these in there, and I always try to put something like, good sayings in there, but I like to make these so you can put your own title, whatever you want to put on there for your pages. And I've got some more cool journaling cards as well. And I got a bunch of old stamps, vintage stamps from Asia and Singapore and several other countries. I think that says Bangkok on it. So those are always fun to decorate with, and I always include some that aren't decorated. This will make a great little bookmarker. So I will have some more stamps in here just on their own, some more little tassels. And I've got some books that have all these fashion from, I think, the 20s to the 50s. So I always like to include some of these in there. And I'll be doing some book pages that I'll be putting in my Etsy shop as well, that I'll be doing a video on and tell you about that as well. Okay, some more just cute things from bookmark, envelope, just stretched out envelope to keep things in. I always like to include some fibers in there, probably usually 20-30 yards at least of some sort. This is yarn fibers, and these are all hidden paper clip. And I rust them. I get the silver ones, and I like to rust them so they have that old look, which is just peroxide and vinegar on water and salt. The more salt you put in there, the faster it goes and quicker it's done. These are little snippets that I made that you can use for whatever, bookmarks, accent a page, however you want to do it. And some more little fun boho type stuff here. Some more little pockets. Oh, these are fun. These are some yoga flashcards. And I will include the originals, but I am also going to figure out, I think these are so cool, on how to recreate these in the future. But these are so, I just think, really cool. And of course some more little envelopes and pockets. Always include some sheet music. I always include, something from like a Buddha book with some sayings in it that you can accent with. Always put a little bit of accent pieces inside as well. Here's some of the stamps, more stamps that you can accent with. Kind of got because they've got that Asian flair to it. I just thought it was cool. And of course I'll put some journaling pages in, and I've got this other book, another Buddha book. So I'll include things like this about the lotus. And again, this is kind of a really kind of boho looking tag for sure. Tag and bookmark. And another thing I will always include is some book pages from The Spirit of Zen. And this one is really cool because it's a little glossary of like karma, nirvana, dharma, yoga. I mean, that's really cool. I think what I'll do is also maybe do a printable download for these. And again, on all my things that I sell on Etsy or eBay, I always look and see what everybody else is doing, because everybody's all doing somewhat the same thing, but I try to make mine a little bit different, a little more out of the box. I always include things that I don't see anyone else doing. And of course, all my items are all, one of a kind, handmade by me, all from vintage items. I mean, 95% of my stuff is all vintage, upcycled and recycled items. But I really do, because I'm going to do some book pages. I know book pages are really popular right now. But I'm going to do, my next video is going to be on the book pages that I'm going to have. I've got a really neat idea of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to share that with you. It's much different from what I've seen everybody else doing. The style, the types that I've chosen from, etc. And thanks for watching this video, and please hit subscribe and like me on Facebook. It's The Painted Roost. And as well, anybody who sends me an email, I will be glad to send them some free Happy Mail. Thanks so much.